Welcome back to the Whiskey Couch, Pretoria, South Africa. My name is Gustav Muller and this is Whiskey Tasting and Food Pairing Review number 125. Today's whiskey is the Greenore 18-year-old and it is the fourth in this mini-series that I'm doing on single grain whiskies. So I started with the Scottish single grain Octave Girvan, and then I did the Cheetah single grain from Japan and the Nikka coffee grain single grain whiskey from Japan. And today it is Ireland, an Irish single grain. Not that it is the only single grain from Ireland. In fact, about 2 months ago, I did a review on the Greenore 8-year-old, which is also a single grain. I have also already reviewed the Teeling single grain from Ireland, and you can catch those videos. You can watch them on the Whiskey Couch YouTube channel. But for this mini series, I'm only doing these 4, and tomorrow I'll give a summary of what I found and what I believe for me personally is the best one out of the 4. So today, Greenore 18-year-old single grain whiskey from Ireland. This whiskey was distilled at the Cooley Distillery about 21 years ago, but that was in the time when the distillery still belonged to John Teeling. He since sold the distillery in 2014 and the new owners Beam Suntory, and they have discontinued the Greenore 8 and the 18, and I think there's also a 15-year-old. I've since seen the Greenore 8-year-old reappearing on the market, but produced at I think the Kilbeggan distillery, but I haven't seen this one reappearing. Maybe you know something about it and you can comment in the comment section below so that we know if this has also reappeared on the market. So, limited edition, one of 4,000, only 4,000 bottles produced of this particular one, 750 milliliters and 46% alcohol by volume, which is wonderful. It's a little bit more than the usual 43% here in South Africa. And from what I could find out in my research, mainly corn in this single grain, a little bit of wheat as well, but apparently mainly corn. It's a bit difficult to find out in the single grain whiskies what exactly do they use in terms of the ratio between corn and wheat and whatever other grain is used in a single grain whiskey. This is the Cooley Distillery, and there you can see some of the other brands that was produced at the Cooley Distillery. I don't know if they still produce all of those brands over there. Right, let's see what the Greenore 18-year-old has for us today. Actually amazing, an 18-year-old single grain whiskey. And we're looking at a pale yellow gold color. Some beautiful legs there forming on the glass. Pale gold color. Oh, it's just wonderful, these single grains, the sweet grain aromas that you get. Sweet, sweet grain. And there's a little bit of citrus as well. I'm picking up some citrus on the nose. And then vanilla and caramel, but almost like crème brûlée. And honey. And a little bit of oak, like fresh oak. Quite a nice nose on the 18-year-old. This is of course a whiskey that needs to be, you need to spend time with this one. This is one for the connoisseurs. Spend time and you will discover some wonderful things in this particular dram. On the palate, Quite a punch from that 46% alcohol by volume. Creamy vanilla. Creamy vanilla on the palate. Caramel, honey. Mostly everything that I picked up on the nose, also on the palate, except I'm getting some apples in addition to what I got on the nose. And I'm getting some chocolate. Apples and chocolate and a nuttiness on the palate, and then a slight bitter oak taste at the end. Let's see if I take another sip. Yes, oh boy, this is one that needs time. 18-year-old. That's why I poured it before I started the video, because the rule of thumb is 1 minute for every year that the whiskey is old, just to give it time to settle. It's got a medium long finish. It is quite smooth and it is warming, and the finish has got some sweet notes in combination with some bitter oak spice notes to bring a wonderful balance. The citrus that I got in the beginning, mostly on the nose and a little bit on the palate, has developed into a bitter marmalade flavor in the finish of this whiskey. So let's see what a few drops of water will do to the 46% ABV of the Greenore 18-year-old. And a little bit of water there. The nose is much more mellow after the water. Caramel. And apple pie. So the apple has developed into apple pie. Oh, this is wonderful. Sweet vanilla custard. And then again the bitter spices to bring the balance. If I have to summarize what I'm getting from this Greenore 18, then I would say crème brule and apple pie. That'll be my summary for this whiskey. A connoisseur's choice. But I must say, my favorite is still the Octave Girvan. Then I think it's between this one and the Nikka coffee grain. And it's a little bit unfair. I realize that because the Nikka coffee grain is a no-age statement and this is an 18-year-old. So a little bit unfair to compare those two with each other. Price-wise, the price for this, around R1,000, which is very reasonable for a collector's item that's 18-year-old and been discontinued. So a very good price, and you can still pick them up here and there in South Africa. If you want to pair this whiskey with a food snack, definitely my recommendation, connect with the vanilla flavors, the chocolate flavors and the nutty flavors that I picked up. Even the citrus flavors. I think a crème brûlée dessert will be fantastic. In fact, any vanilla custard based dessert will go fairly well with most single grain whiskies that have been matured predominantly in ex-Bourbon casks. A white chocolate could work well. The apple pie that I'm picking up here gives me the idea that apple pie with vanilla custard or maybe vanilla ice cream will work very well. But for today, I have chosen a, what does it say here? White chocolate coated whole almonds. So I'm going to connect with the vanilla, the chocolate and the nutty flavors that I picked up in the whiskey. That is my white chocolate coated almond. Let's see how this works. Very creamy. Wonderful food snack for a single grain. Yo! An already pleasant tasting experience just sort of skyrocketed with this delicious white chocolate coated almond. This is a very, very good pairing. A good whiskey, a good pairing. Thank you very much for watching. Tomorrow's video will give a summary of the 4 single grain whiskies that I have reviewed. See you then. Sláinte.